When new shooters begin high-power rifle competition, they try to improve a variety of skills. They may work on getting a more stable position in sitting, or calling their shots better in standing. But I think there are 3 skills that all shooters should master first before they focus elsewhere. Now, I'm not saying you won't be a good shooter if you don't know these 3 things. I'm just saying that grasping these skills will allow you to progress faster and enjoy the sport more. Skill 1. Know the process. This is the most basic skill, and one that a new shooter should begin to learn from day 1. By process, I mean all the things that you will have to do at a rifle match. Knowing how the match is conducted. Understanding what you are expected to do next. Will you be shooting, scoring, or going to the pits? How will you get to where you're supposed to go? Some ranges allow you to drive between yard lines and to the pits. Other ranges require you to park your car some distance away. Wherever you're going, what equipment will you need when you get there? You have a bunch of equipment that you use at a match. What do you take with you? What do you leave in your car? And what do you leave behind the firing line? Will you need rain gear? Visualize several steps ahead so you can efficiently move around on the range. This allows you to focus on just your shooting when you step up to the line. Skill 2. Know how to adjust your sights. Rarely will you leave your sights alone for an entire high-power match. Chances are you will make some adjustments, even if it's just to go to your no-win zero for each stage. But typically you will have to also adjust for environmental effects such as wind and light. Not to mention all those sight adjustments that take place because your position might be slightly different than the time before. Don't assume that your zero is already on the rifle. Check and make sure. I know of several people that fired their first shot standing with their 600-yard zero on the rifle from the day before. Know the correct direction you should move the sights. This sounds obvious, but the high-power world is full of horror stories about shooters that turn their knobs in the wrong direction right before a rapid-fire string that had no sighting shots. The amount of sight adjustment is something you will gain with experience. But as you start out, take your best guess and learn from the result. If you're not sure how much to adjust, ask someone with more experience than you. Chances are they will be happy to help. Skill 3. Track your zeros. As soon as you can, you want to have the most reliable no-win zeros for you and your rifle. By no-win zeros, I mean an elevation setting and a windage setting for each stage of the course of fire. Settings that, in a no-wind condition, will give you a center shot if you fired the rifle in the middle of the target. These settings don't just appear out of thin air. The only way you can know what they are by shooting groups, having good calls, and continually tracking them. Your data book is the primary place to do this tracking. You can track other stuff in your book if you want, but your zeros are the most important. If you feel that your zero is now different, write it down before you forget it. Occasionally review your past zeros to see if a trend is taking place. Zeros can and do shift. Your zero at the start of the season may not be the same at the end. If you're new to high power, spend your time working on truly knowing and mastering these 3 skills. I think they will help you shoot better scores faster, and that will lead to a more enjoyable time on the range. Good luck and good shooting.